Get out of there, Alana. No, no, no. Get out of there. You're not having that. No, 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 no for you. Nope. Get out of there. No, no, no. Oh, you got crackers? Go ahead, get them. Do you have them? Let me see. Go get the crackers. You can have crackers. You just can't have soda right now. It's too early in the morning for that. Stay out here with those. Stay out here with those. If you're going to eat them, you need to stay out here with those, honey. Okay? Yep. Need to go to here. It's a car alone. Let's travel. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. I'm just in the middle of helping somebody because they want to... Is that you? Oh, all right. Hold on one second. All right. I'll give you a couple tips with this, too. Farming drachma, just so you know that. First of all... One of the things that you want to do... yeah, no, I see. Hold on one second. Okay, you can hear me, right? I need to make sure that you can hear me first. Sometimes my mic is, like, messed up. I'm assuming you can hear me. Okay, alright. So, I'm on the PC, just so you know, I'm on the PC version. I use a wired 360 controller, because I consider this a console game. Alright. What's important to know about this when you're farming for items is you need to make sure that the game is on. Enemies are set to auto level. Now, in case you don't know what that is, any menu... No, it's really easy. I'll explain how to do this. It's really easy. It just takes a little bit of work due to a couple things, which I'll explain. All right. So first things first. Make sure that the enemies are set to auto level, and how to do that in case you don't know what that is, and I'll explain why to do that in a minute. But to set the enemies to auto level, what you first need to do is go into any menu up here. It doesn't even matter where your target doesn't matter. And if you notice up in the upper corner, it says there's an option here. You know, left on the D-pad or whatever it is. This will bring you to the options menu. In the options menu, you go to gameplay, and then you make sure that enemies are on auto level. When you set that, the game will reload right where you are. If it's off, turn it on, and then it just reloads the game right where you are. Don't do that if you're in the middle of a mission or you're in the middle of completing something, because it'll reset what you're doing. It won't bring you to the menu, it'll just reset what you're doing. So only do it when you're in the middle of doing nothing. So what you do is you make sure those are set to auto level. And the reason behind that is because not only the items and the gold or drachma in the game go by the level of the enemy, not the difficulty level you have the game on. And the only difference between the difficulty levels of each of the game, such as easy, normal, nightmare, and hard, is how much damage the enemies do to you and how much health the enemies have. Everything else remains exactly the same. Sure, you may get a little bit more XP for killing individual enemies, but the main key factor is how much gold or the level of the items has nothing to do with the level of the game, the difficulty level you have the game on. It has to do with the level of the enemy. That is why you put the enemies on auto level, because it sets it so every enemy in the entire game is never more than one level below you. So the higher the level the enemy, the higher the quality item and the more drachma they can have on them. the maximum amount of drachma an enemy can have on them is 500. It will never go above that no matter what you do. But in your case, the enemies are only going to have about 200 drachma to 300 drachma on them simply because you're level 20, I think it was like level 23 or something like that, and the enemies will be level 22 or 23. So without that, you also need to be a minimal of at least level 17 to be in this area. Otherwise, it's no good because of the area it's in. Now, so first, that's the setup that you have to do and the reasoning why. Next, on the map, you're in the area you do this in is Sakara Nome, or Saquara Nome, however you want to pronounce that. There are 2 fast travel points, and I usually use this one. Now, on the map, I don't know if it's different on the PS4 or whatever it is, but I'm going to zoom in here. And as you can see, there's a little gold area. It's colored more yellow. Its yellow is darker than the rest of the map. I don't know if you can see that. This just happened to show up, but basically this is where it is. It's literally south of this and to the east. It's to the east. It's to the southwest of this Sanimus hideout, or however you want to pronounce that. So the area you're going to go to is right here. Now, when you're farming drachma, since the level of the difficulty level of the game doesn't matter, put this on easy. I have this on nightmare, and if I'm farming drachma, I won't play it on nightmare. I'll just put it on easy because there's no reason to, because you're just farming, you're just farming gold. So that's the key factor with the setup on this. All right, so it's literally to the left of one of these Giza pyramids. Sorry, no. Sorry, that's incorrect. It's in Sakara Nome. So anyway, this is the pyramid. That's the Cobra Lair. I'm just giving you landmarks so you know where it is. There's a Tome of Dog-Jaw, so I can't pronounce that. Then there's this pyramid over here. Then there's the Cobra Lair. There's a fast travel point here. Wisser Hideout is over to the right of this. And then here is Sanimus Hideout. So basically, it's literally to the southwest of this. So just basically go to this fast travel point and then travel straight down. Again, I don't know if that yellow area on the map, as you can see, it's a little bit more, its yellow is colored darker than this. That's how I find it. All right, so anyway, I put a marker there and I just go. Once you get off this fast travel point, don't actually, I think you can jump down, right? Yeah, jumping down yeah, jumping down's easy. Whoops, that's not good. By the way, in case you accidentally jump off a ledge, don't do that. You can actually fast travel any point in the game if you happen to fall off something. You can also use fast travel to get out from being underwater or anything else of that nature. Alright, so anyway, when you fast travel to this fast travel point, you're going to be facing this way or whatever it is, and there's a ledge there. Don't jump off the ledge. Turn around and go in the opposite direction, because that's where you want to go. Because if you drop down in that ledge, you have to climb the entire mountain again. You don't want to do that. So what you do is you drop down and you just drop down. This is I think there's some enemies over here, but that's not really that big of a deal. Now, when I get to this area, I'm going to put it on nightmare. I'm going to put it on easy, and because there's a little bit more to it than this. I'm just showing you the location of where this is. Now, there are other locations in the game where you can farm drachma, but this is actually one of the easiest. So I'm going to get on my mount here. Give me a second. Alright, so the enemies that I have, the drachma amount on these enemies are going to be 500, simply because the enemies are level 54, 55. By the way, fighting on your mount is really easy. Alright, so what I have to do now is put this game on easy. Because like I said, if you get killed, you won't get it, so there's really no point to not putting it on easy. So once this is on easy, you can kill the guys much easier. Alright, so these guys with the shields, this guy I'm fighting now, has the gold on them. I'll explain after I kill them all. I usually run in on my mount and I just plow everybody in the face with a weapon. Because it's on easy.
Shield me! We cannot fail our mission!
I can't even hit them, wow. There we go. I normally use my sword, I'm just using a heavy blunt weapon for the hell of it. Yes, I'm on fire, but I don't care. here, you ass. Okay, so now I've killed every guy in this area. This is the first step. This is divided into a couple steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Sinew to find all the gold that's on the ground, and there's usually... Hold on one second, I got to kill these guys. There's usually 2 to 3. You can get anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 guys with gold on them. Alright, so when I use Sinew, you'll see exactly how many gold piles are on the ground. There's one gold pile, there's another one, and there's another one, and I believe there's another one over here somewhere. So, see, there it is. So, right now, because of the level of the enemies, each one of these is 500 drachma. That would be 2,000 gold. That would be 2,000 drachma for me. So, I'm going to go over and I'm going to get them all first. And this is also a really good way to generate other items and additional gold because you can sell all the stuff you're getting. So don't worry about picking anything up if you're just farming drachma. So let me see here. Alright. Sorry, give me a second. So, alright. Now, I got lucky because there's 3 guys here. So again, you want to leave this on Nightmare. I mean, sorry, easy when you do this. Because it does, like I said, it doesn't affect how many guys are there. I shouldn't say it. Yeah, the difficulty level doesn't affect how many guys are there, and it doesn't affect how much drachma you get. That's the level of the enemies. So, that's the first thing. So once you basically clear all these out, I usually do this at night. There is always, always, always a campfire here. Always. First, I use from dusk to dawn to change it from night to day. I usually do this at night because they congregate around the area. You can do it during the day, but they're spread out and they usually take a while to get here. So the first thing I do is I use dawn and dusk. Next, I stand on the campfire and I change the game back to Nightmare. And the reason why is because you're going to have the fire kill you. Putting it on Nightmare makes the fire kill you faster. So you want to get this done faster, that's what you do. So you let yourself burn. You have to let yourself die or this won't work. If I did it, I could kill myself with the fire on easy, but it would just take too long. So now, what you do is all the horses and everything else are gone. Now, people, just to be clear and an important thing to know, this is not a glitch. People call this a glitch or a bug. It's not. What you just did was you reset the game's enemy spawn. That's all you did. It's the same exact thing as triggering a loading screen when you go from one place to another. All right. So once you do that, you from the fire. I should have told you this. The fire is always there, even during the day. So what you do is you turn around and you go to this rock. So it's basically directly behind the fire. So always just turn around until you see the rock and the tree. Go behind. I usually go behind the rock. You don't have to, but there's a reason why. And then I use dawn and dusk again. And when you actually go from day to night, the enemies will be there again. So when I'm in dawn and dusk, remember you have to set the game off Nightmare. Because if you don't, they're going to be on Nightmare. So that's a thing to remember. This is the only tedious part on this. So now it's on Nightmare. And when this turns nighttime again, they'll all be there. So you just have to go kill them again. I'm going to use my sword this time because it's a lot easier. Oh, okay, all I have to do is this. I usually get on my mount and kill everybody. Sometimes I'll peek around the corner and hit them with arrows.
Shield me! We cannot fail our mission!
Oops, I fell off.
Dead! Hey, what? Hey, you should not have come here.
Okay, so now, once you do all that, I gotta make sure there's no enemies around. Once you do all that, I use Sinew to locate where the gold is. I think there's only 3 this time. See, the last time there was 4, now I think there's only 3 this time. Yeah, there's only 3, so that's only 1,500. And that's literally the procedure you use. You just go get everything. I change it from day to night. Night to day. Sorry, change it night to day. I stand on the fire, kill myself, then I go behind the rock and change it night to day again. So, again, just stand on the fire. Change it to Nightmare so the fire kills you faster. Let yourself croak. The reason why this is a really good drachma farming spot is because it's the only spot. It's one of the only spots in the game where there's multiple enemies with mass amounts of gold on them. To try to get 250 gold from 3 enemies, you know, even 2 enemies, so you wind up with 500 drachma, is still a pain in the ass. So now you just do this. Change it off a nightmare again. And when you go around the corner, when you turn up, it'll be there again. It's literally that simple. I'm using this bow, and I don't normally use this bow. There's a different bow I use. Shit, freaking wow, that's terrible. I'll tell you a trick you can do too. I gotta get off of this. There he is. Whoops. This time there's only 2. Go ahead, honey, you can get water. This time, actually, yeah, there's 3 of them now. So that's literally the procedure for doing that. And just so you know, I picked up like, you know, X amount of weapons here, you know what I mean? So I normally have all these hidden. Hide that. And if you want me to go over something real fast with you, I will. It'll help you understand the game a lot more. Is the weapon special abilities, because the game doesn't explain a bunch of things that actually may be helpful to you. So if you want me to go over that, I will. I don't want to force information onto you that you don't want. You know what I mean? Here in Memphis. So yeah, like I said, if you want me to go over the weapon, you know, if you want me to go over some of the weapon system with you so you understand what you're looking at, it'll probably help you in the game.
Move out of the road.
By the way, I hate guards in this game. I will literally attack every guard I see, no matter what it is I'm doing. I'll literally stop what I'm doing to attack the guards. I friggin' hate them in this game. They're literally so damn annoying. Actually, what the hell is this clown? Come here, ass. By the way, just so you know, enemies that have shields, their shields block them, but they don't block their feet. You can hit their feet, just so you know. Yep. Do you want me to go over some of the weapons with you so you know what you're looking at? I need to put this back on Nightmare. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. All right, sorry, I misread what you said. I thought you said, yeah, that really helped. I didn't realize that you answered my question. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay, I'll go over the weapon system with you so you understand what you're looking at. Because it's not fair that Ubisoft put this stuff in the game and didn't really explain how to read it. And because this game is actually a lot more intricate than people realize it is. And so just give me a second to sell this stuff so I can explain to you what I'm doing. So you can see, because I'm an extremely seasoned player in this, and I learned really fast a lot of things that a lot of people didn't know. And I mean, I did some research. I was helped. I'm not gonna lie, you know. But the thing here is I superseded most people playing this game at understanding the concept, because this is a fun game. People will go in and play it. But if you actually understand how the game is put together and realize it's actually intricate, you can have 3 times more fun playing it. It's really weird. All right, so first things first. The suggestion is to get any one specific weapon you want and just stick with it, because there's no reason to keep going back and forth unless, I mean, it's for fun. I don't want to say there's no reason for it. The only reason to go for different weapons is just to try them out to see what one you like. Now, that's a preference. I'm not going to tell you, I can't tell you which weapons to do. The weapons that I have, by the way, don't ever copy somebody's weapon style. And the reason why you don't want to copy somebody's weapons that they're using is because those weapons may be working for them, but they might not work for you. So I always tell everybody, don't try to copy my tree unless you know exactly what I'm doing, unless you know my playstyle, and unless you know exactly how I have my ability tree set up. Because the ability tree coincides with the game's weapon system as well. It's like I said, it's really intricate. So first, let me get rid of some of this stuff, and I'll explain why I'm selling things that people are like, why are you selling this stuff? There's a reason why. I sell literally almost every single gold. There's a specific reason why I'm keeping some of these. There's a very specific thing about this game that people aren't aware of. So let me see. I say people aren't aware of. Right. Ignore that comment. I have no idea what I'm talking about with that. Just forget that for now. I sell all blue and purple and almost all gold items. The reason behind that is because I understand the weapon system. Sorry. Let me. I'm babbling here. Give me a second. All right. So. First things first, let me go in here and explain my weapons. Okay. First of all, just to let you know, when you're looking at a weapon, not that it matters. Hey, get out of there! Sorry, my daughter's into something. Give me 1 second. Hey, get out of there. Come out here. What do you got? Let me see what you got. Okay, on the table. No, you stay out here with that. No. Put that on the table. If you want that, you come out here and help, alright? You come out here and get that. Don't bring that in the room. Mommy will be mad. Okay, so, first things first. I'm going to explain to you some of the symbols in this game that don't really do anything, but it helps to know where the item came from, because you're like, oh, where'd you get that item from? Alright. This particular weapon, as you can see above the level, where it says level 55, there's a little box, and that's actually a gift box. It's a present. Those come from any weapon you see or any item you see with that symbol above it came from a community challenge. It's given to you. It's a gift. It's given to you by the developers of the game. So that's one thing. Then you have these items that have, if you take a look at the level where it says level 55, there's a completely different symbol above it. And that item either comes from the in-game store, because that H stands for Helix credits. As you can see over in the corner, I have 150 Helix credits because of the version of the game I got. But that H means it's a Helix credit item. And you can get these 2 ways. You can either come into the store and use money to buy Helix credits, like actual money, or you get them out of Heka chests. Because you can buy Heka chests with Helix. You can buy Heka chests with gold. So basically, it's a store-bought item you either got from here, or you got it from the gear screen, or by opening Heka chest. It's the only places you can get them. All right, and just to make you aware, I don't want to kill the transactions in this, but the fact of the matter is, everything on this gear screen, you got outfits, mounts, shields, and melees and bows. Every single thing in this entire game that you see in this screen can be purchased from Heka chests from inside the game with in-game drachma you get. The only reason that it's in the store is because it takes less time to do. Other than that, if you want to spend time farming it, you can literally open up every single Heka. You can sit there and open up Heka chest after Heka chest, and you can get these items. The only items you can't get from Heka chests are Ubisoft Club rewards, which is, let me see, I gotta find it. Give me a second. These. The symbols, you see above the symbol, that little red icon, that's a symbol that only comes from the Ubisoft Club rewards. Other than that, everything else is exactly how as I explained it. So now, that kind of helps you to know where you're getting items from. And now, how to read the weapons, that's a completely different issue. Okay, all weapons that have special abilities on them, whether they're gold, blue, purple, it doesn't matter. I think there's some blue items that have I think there's some blue items that have them. Give me a second. I think I sold them. I'm not sure. Anyway, I think every weapon has a special ability on it. Just some have more than others, and some are better than others. Okay, so how to read these special abilities is you'll notice that they're categorized in two colors, silver and gold, and there's a reason why I explain that. So gold items always usually have 3 special abilities on them. 2 of them will always be silver, and 1 of them will always be gold. There are white bars on the sides of the special abilities. That indicates the level of the special ability, and all special abilities can only have up to level 4. The level of the special ability is indicated by how many white bars are colored in on the side. So in this case, critical hit rate and combo multiplier are both set to level 4, whereas the adrenaline on kill on this is only set to level 2, and the critical hit damage on this is only set to level 3. Now you'll notice that this one has poison on hit and health on hit. This has on fire, and if you look at the charging speed, that's at level 4, and the combo multiplier is at level 2. So those are the base ways to read the special abilities, how to know what level the special ability is. That's not going to help you if you don't know what that special ability is. So Ubisoft put a glossary in the game. They call it a legend, but it's not. It's actually a glossary. Now, whatever console you're playing on, and I don't mean console, whatever system you're playing on, PS4, Xbox One, PC, whatever, there's an option in the corner down here that you may not have paid attention to that says legend. That's actually a glossary. So if like I said, I'm using a PC copy of the game with a 360 controller plugged in. So legend is actually the glossary. So it's L on the keyboard, but it's L3 on the controller, whether it's the PS4 or whatever the L3 button is on the PS4. On the 360 controller, L3 is L3. By clicking that in, it brings up the glossary. And if you notice, all the silver abilities are on top, and all the gold abilities are on the bottom. That's why I differentiated that. So if you're looking for an ability, you know where it is on the, like what section of the screen it's on, so you're not looking down here. It's like, oh, where's range resistance? So you understand how to read that. Now, off of what I said, critical hit rate, what does that mean? So we got critical hit rate combo multiplier. And so when you go, you're going to look for critical hit rate, it would be up here. So critical hit rate says this. At level 1, it says when you attack, it has X chance to inflict critical damage. Now, keeping in mind the key factor is the word chance. It's not automatic. It might happen. There's a probability it'll happen. Doesn't necessarily mean it will. So, in this particular case, at level 1, you have a 20% chance to inflict critical damage. At level 2, it's 30. At level 4, it's 50%. So the higher the level it is, the better off it is. Now, when you look at the other ability, combo multiplier, what does that mean? So you would go and you would look, combo multiplier. It says with each consecutive hit, damage is multiplied by X. At level 1, it's 110. At level 2, so at level 4, I'm doing 125% damage additionally for every consecutive hit I hit an enemy with. That's why I'm doing so much damage. It's partly because of this sword. Now, if you look at what I said as, it says poison on hit. Now, when you read that, you would automatically think the enemy gets poisoned. Or when you read on fire, you would assume that because your arrows are on fire that the enemy is going to catch on fire. That is not true, because in the glossary, if you read it, you go to on fire. Here is that word again, chance. Attacks have a chance to set the enemy on fire. It doesn't automatically set the enemy on fire. They have a chance to do it. And then you look at poison on hit, which would be down here. Where is it? Poison on block, poison on block, poison on hit. Attacks have a 20% chance to poison an enemy. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to just because it has it. Now, when you do health on hit, you recover 1% of health for each time he hits an enemy. Okay, now that doesn't clarify whether if the enemy blocks it or not. I'm assuming it's you actually have to hit the enemy. If the hit is blocked, it doesn't do anything. And then if you do health on kill, it says Bayek receives 15% of his health each time he kills an enemy. Now, the last thing about these special abilities, it's important to know that the game doesn't tell you, is that when you go to a blacksmith and upgrade an item, okay?
How can I help you?
If an item is at your current level, it'll never appear on this list. Once you upgrade an item when you upgrade an item, it brings the item up to your current level. So as you can see up in the corner for the Ultimate Blade, if I upgrade this, it brings it to from level 24 up to level 55. And it's going to increase the quality of it by 62, which would bring it to 84. So the quality of this item is going to wind up being, actually no, you know what? This shown right here, the quality of 124, is exactly what the item is going to be right now. So basically, it's showing you the outcome. So my damage on this weapon will be 1,001. If I upgrade this to level 55, it'll go up to 1,146, and its quality will go up to 124, because the Ultimate Blade right now is not that. So I got to go in here and show. So the Ultimate Blade, it's weird how this is, you know what I mean? Oh shit, the Ultimate, that's not it, where is it? What did I just fucking do here? Hold on a second. Why is that doing? How the hell am I able to upgrade that? I shouldn't be able to upgrade that. It's at level 55. That doesn't freaking make any sense. Yes, but hold on one second. I gotta check something out. That doesn't make any sense. What? Wait a minute. I have a level 24 Ultimate Blade? I have 2 of these? Oh, that's right. There was something I was going to show you. The reason that my level 55 Ultimate Blade is not shown... I have 2 of them, okay? So I have 2 Ultimate Blades. I have one there, and I have one that's hidden. So let me see where it is. Okay, yeah, there's my level 24 one. The level 24 one, as you can see, is only quality of 62, and it only has 812 damage. I actually do have 2 Ultimate Blades because I played the game twice. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was about. So, you'll notice that my Sword of Duat, Sunslayer, and Ultimate Blade are all at level 55. When you go to a blacksmith and upgrade an item that is already at your current level will never show up in this list. So you won't be able to upgrade it. And any item that you upgrade in this list brings it to your current level and then will disappear off the list. So that is why, if you notice, you will not find any of the items that I have at level... That's why there's no item on this list that's at level 55. And it's also important to know, okay? I'll show you this because this is really important. Well, it's not important, but it helps to know this because... the game kind of tricks you into thinking, because you can upgrade a weapon, that the special abilities on the weapon also get upgraded, and that is absolutely false. There is no amount of upgrading you can do to a weapon in this game that will allow the critical... so, for example, my Ultimate Blade, the critical hit rate, you see how it's at level 3? And then you see the Adrenaline Regeneration, which is also at level 3. Watch what happens when I upgrade this. I'm just going to upgrade this. Okay, so now it brings it up to this. See the critical hit rate? It's still at level 3. See the Adrenaline Regeneration rate? It's still at level 3. The quality and the damage went up, but the critical hit rate and Adrenaline Regeneration stayed exactly the same. And the reason behind that is because you can't upgrade the special abilities on the weapon no matter what you do. The game never does that. It's set in stone, so whatever you pick the weapon up at, whenever it has the level of the specialized stat, is the level it's at. You will never get it higher than that. So, if you're asking how this is at level 4 on both ends, it's because the sword comes like that. That's the way it is. There's nothing you can do. And shields are the same way. You know, all these items are the same way. So that helps you to understand what you're doing so you can build your character correctly, which I'll go over the ability tree with you in a minute. Now, also, mounts. All mounts in the game, I think except for chariots, all mounts in the game go the same exact speed. Chariots, I think, go slightly faster because there's two horses or something to them. but every mount in the game is set to the same exact speed. The speed is set to a certain speed when you go in town, and then the speed is set to a certain speed outside of town. Legendary mounts do not go faster than regular mounts. They just don't. Armor is all cosmetic. It doesn't do anything except make you look different. That's all it does. It doesn't increase your armor. It doesn't increase your running speed. It doesn't do anything at all. Gear, mounts, and outfits are all cosmetic. There's nothing, it doesn't change anything that happens in the game at all, except the way it looks. That's it. So I wanted to clear that up as well. Now, why I told you earlier that when you're dealing with weapon special abilities and why you can't explain to somebody why you can't use somebody's playstyle, and I cannot stress this enough. You can copy my ability tree, but it won't be the same for you. And here's the reason why. All right. If you notice, on fire here is one of the bows I had. Now here's a prime example of why I say you can use whatever weapons you want. This bow came with the version of the game I have, because as you can see, it's a Helix credit item. But I didn't buy this. It came with the game because I got the gold edition, which gives you a bunch of outfits. It gives you 500 Helix credits, which I bought. I did buy stuff inside the store. Plus, I had additional Helix credit, additional money on the... I bought this game with a prepaid credit card. So I had extra money on the prepaid credit card, which I bought more Helix credits to. But the stuff I bought in the store directly impacted the game itself, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I go to the store and I go to Time Savers, I had the gold version of the game where it came with 500 Helix credits. But the crucial factor on this is it gave me 3 ability points to start with. And with the Helix credits that I had, because it only gives you 500, I went in and I looked very carefully at all the time-saving stuff, and I bought more Helix credits. I mean, I bought more ability points. So not only did I have 3 to start with, but I used the 500 credits that they gave me to buy 3 more. So now I had 6 ability points to start with when I got into the game. The other thing I did was I revealed the location of all the Tome and Hermit locations, because those give you ability points. They directly impact the game. The Stone Circle map I just did because I felt like it. But I did this. Now, anything you buy in here gets transferred over to any new character you make. So if I make a new character, all the Hermit locations will automatically be revealed, all the Tome locations will automatically be revealed, all the Stone Circles will also already be revealed, and I will have the amount of ability points I started the game with. And since I purchased, I think I purchased 9 additional sets of ability points, I had a total of 15 ability points to begin with. So any new character I start with automatically has 15 ability points, because they give you it in the store, they transfer over to other characters. So you can get an obnoxious amount of ability points is basically what I did. Now, I bought like an outfit out of here because I just wanted to get the, get it done and out of the way, but I didn't realize that all of these can be gotten out of the, out of Hekachest. I actually have in a stream where I opened Hekachest and I got a unicorn. I thought this unicorn was only locked to the store, but it's not. There's only one mount in the game that you cannot get out of. I could be wrong in this, but the only mount I think you can't get out of a Hekachest is the Unicamel. The Unicamel. Let me see if I can find it. That's a unicorn. Here it is. This is really dumb. Okay, so if I call this, hold on. I'm stuck in a time. Give me a second. I think the Unicamel is the only item in the game that you can't get out of a Hekachest. And all it is, it's a unicorn with a rainbow thing on it. Both the unicorn and the Unicamel stream rainbows out of them. I don't understand that. That looks really flaming, but that's okay. So I'm a streamer that has a camel and a unicorn that has streamers out of it. Sorry, that's a bad joke. All right, so anyway, back to what I was saying. All right, so now when you're dealing with the gear screen and everything else, like I said, you have your weapons really should coincide with your abilities, and that's where I was getting. That's why I explained all the weapons to you first. And so, if you take a look at my ability tree, you're going everyone sees my ability tree. They go, "What the frig is that?" My ability tree is not normal. It's normal, but it's not. Meaning it's not normal because I didn't pick every single ability out of here. And the reason why I didn't pick every single ability out of here is because I specifically set up a goal to make my character way overpowered. How I did that was, I had actually started this game over. I was literally almost done with the game, and I found out there was some other stuff. What outfit? So, now, some of them, honestly, some of them I had purchased through it, because I was looking. If you, all right, let me back this up. Before I go on with the, before I go on with what I was just explaining. Let me go in here and explain this, because, hold on a second. Let me go to gear. All right. Sorry, my nose is itchy. So, let me see, actually, hold on. Packs. Okay, here's a prime example. Okay, packs. There are certain packs in the game that if you read the descriptions of what they can get, this is hard for me to explain because there's so much information involved in this. If you take a look at the stuff that's in these packs, so for example, the Gladiator pack, says dominate your enemies with different places. You got to remember this stuff. The only thing that is not cosmetic in this would be the weapons. So clearly you're getting an outfit from this, and I think you get a mount. Some packs come with outfits and mounts. So it's and then it just comes with weapons. So here's the thing. It says dominate your enemies with different playstyles and win the favor of the public. Yeah, basically look good. This features some armor, the Spaniard's armor. I can't pronounce these things. You'll have to excuse me. I have no idea how to pronounce half of this stuff. So you get the Hercules Gladius sword. Gladius, however you want to pronounce that. The heavy blade and Neptune's grass. So basically you're getting a spear, a heavy blade, and a sword. Then you're getting the Spaniard's armor in the other. Alright, so you're getting a shield, a sword, a heavy blade, and a spear. So you're getting 1, 2, 3... basically four weapons if you want to count the shield as a weapon and an armor. That's what this comes down to. In this and some of the other packs, you get, okay, so for example, First Civilization pack. This pack contains the Midnight Sun mount, the Moonlit shield, the bow, some daggers, which is dual swords, and glowing mace or whatever it is. Now, I was looking at this and saying, I'm not going to use these weapons. This is how I decided what I was going to do. I says, I'm not going to use these weapons. Do I really need those weapons? Or, you know, if I just want to use a mount and, you know, some other thing, do I really need to get this? So I went back and then I looked at the gear. And I looked at the outfits. Spaniard's outfit. Then I started looking at, well, I can just buy this for 500, or I could go into the pack, buy it for 1,000 and get additional stuff. But to me, I'm not going to use these items, so there's no reason for me to buy that. So then I looked at some of the other stuff, and I just picked off what I wanted. I just wanted stuff to look cool. That's really all I came down to. And then, I remember somebody putting up a video. There's a video where, in the packs, okay? The Far Cry Primal Pack is releasing the weapons that we used in Far Cry, or at least the designs of them. Somebody said when they were going through and buying Heka chests, they wound up getting these items out of the Heka chest. Now, I didn't know if Ubisoft put that in there as a promo or not, but in reality, if they're in the Heka chest, they're probably going to be in there. So I decided to stop buying any packs, and I just said, the hell with it. I'll just, you know, when I get enough drachma, I'll just keep buying Heka chests and see what happens. So, let's see here, give me a second. One of the first things I got out of the Heka chest was an outfit that was in the store that was in one of the packs. So then I started realizing that there was other stuff that you could get out of this, so I said, screw it. I'll just keep buying Heka chests. And I did, and that's when I realized I started getting everything that was in that store out of Heka chests. So I didn't buy any of the packs. My point is, can you buy it? Yes. Will it save time? Yeah. But if not, if you want to get them without going through the store like that, farm drachma and just buy them out of Heka chests. You have to get lucky in getting them. And the thing that really threw me for a friggin' loop was when I got the unicorn. I thought that was literally locked to the store, but it's not. So the only thing I really bought that I don't think you can get out of a Heka chest is the Unicamel. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. So most of all the items and gear you see, this is different. The Radiance of Anubis is a gift that you get from, as you can see, the gift icon. That comes from the community challenges. That's a little bit different. That's the Trial of the Gods and things like that. So anyway, that's the extent of that. So let me get back to what I was saying about the ability tree. Okay, so like I said, when I played this game originally, I did it on hard and I was almost done with it. I had the entire map cleared out and I was like at level friggin' 35 or something. I can't remember. But anyway, I was really far into the game. Then, when I started looking at the ability trees, I'm like, crap, I made some mistakes. So I didn't mind restarting it. So I literally deleted the character and started over. And before I did anything, I looked at how the ability trees were set up. And this is Hunter, this is Warrior, and this is Seer. But if you actually take a look at this, what people may not realize because they're not applying it here, is that this is an RPG. These are the three staple skills in any RPG. Morrowind, Skyrim, Far Cry, anything. Ranged, melee, magic. That's literally what these trees are. Once you understand that, you start to realize that this is really no different than any other RPG setup. Skills may be named differently, but in reality, that's exactly what you're doing. And as in with all RPGs, there's a way to make your character beyond overpowered, provided you understand the system. So a friend of mine, now again, I got a lot of information and I got help and I learned things from people that I didn't even know were about this game, and that helped me piece the game together, which is why I far surpassed everybody, because I got one piece of information from one person, I got another from another person. I was getting bits and pieces of information that everybody else didn't know from everybody else, and nobody else didn't know, everybody else didn't know the information. So together from about 15 people and videos, I gathered all the information into one section. So that's how I wound up with all the information that everybody didn't know. It's not that everybody didn't know it, they just had one section of it. God, Jesus, it sounds like the government, CIA and the FBI, and had information that could have stopped these attacks, but they didn't connect them. So anyway, that was bad, sorry. So anyway, the what you have here is a friend of mine told me that you could put more than one point in this. I didn't realize that you could do that at first. I thought once you got the tree done, that was it. So I then started realizing that these trees are put together a little interestingly, because most RPG trees, when you get a skill, you have to follow a very set path that you can only get to one skill after you buy the other. So some skills you have to go through to get others. But if you actually take a look at the top of these trees, such as the Warrior here, you can literally, once you have this unlocked, this path goes this way. Now you can go this way to get this, but there's a reason why I went around it. So what you have here is the trees are set up so you can get these abilities pretty much in any direction you want to go in, left or right. And that's crucial because if you take a look at the way the skills are set up, when people fill out these entire trees, there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with any of these skills. But the reality is it makes your character weaker. And here is why. Using Adrenaline 1 as the example on this, they have it set up so you have Adrenaline 1 and Adrenaline 2. Now if you look at my tree, it's like, why don't you have Adrenaline 1? That's because I read the trees and I understood them. And this is, I'm not saying anybody else didn't, but I'm saying is the reason I don't have Adrenaline 1 is because of what Adrenaline 2 says. So naturally, the course of way people think, 1 comes before 2 and you get 1 before 2. However, if you take a look at this, 1 does come before 2. However, Adrenaline 1 starts you off with half a bar, 2 starts you off with a full bar, and thus make Adrenaline 1 useless. Once you hit Adrenaline 2, Adrenaline 1 is obsolete. It doesn't exist anymore. Because what happens is, you're now starting it with a full bar. Now, if the game allowed you to start this, if the game allowed you to use both abilities, where you started it with a full bar first, and then once you used it, it automatically went to a half a bar, that would be different because Adrenaline 1 would still be useful. you don't have as far to go on the adrenaline tree. But the fact remains, 2 starts you off with a full adrenaline bar, and the game doesn't differentiate where the adrenaline bars are. So you either start it and then use it, or you don't. There's no using it, then going, oh wait, he has half of it. No, because you've already started the conflict. So it literally nullifies that and renders that point useless. And by putting, if this point is rendered useless, you could have put this point in here and avoided that, which is exactly what I just did. So every time you put a point in a master passive, right, this is what I'm trying to tell you. The game doesn't tell you this, and that's not fair. So, I did the same thing, so don't feel bad. Like, dude, I was literally at, like, level 35. And I had the entire map for the main game uncovered, and I started over. So, I mean, I've done it, so I can't, like, complain. But here's the thing. Every time you put a point in one of the master passives, it increases the damage for that particular ability by 1%. Right now, I have a 100, just off of the Master Warrior tree alone, I have a 111% melee increase damage. Damage increase on melee is what I should say. On my ranged, I have 110% increased damage. That's just off of these passives. And so, the way I set my tree up and the way I did it is, it opened the master sections of the master passives by the fastest route I could go by using the least amount of points, because when you use the least amount of points, you have more points to put into it. Now again, I'm not saying any of these skills are bad, or, I'm not saying any of these passives or skills or abilities are bad. I just didn't want to use them because a lot of this stuff, yeah, these are fun attacks, but I don't perform attacks in the air. There's no reason for me. I can kill an enemy without being in the air. Hey, let me see what you got. Give me that. Give me that. What do you got? Give me that. Alright. No, is that ginger ale? Okay. Stay out of there. Leave that out here. Leave that out here. You don't go in the room with that. Okay. So, back to what I was saying. Hold on one second. I need to see if she did this. Hey, leave that out here. Come out here with that. You don't bring that in there. You leave that out here. Put that down. If you want it, you come out and get it. You don't go in there with it. Okay. So, anyway, what I was getting at is that's the baseline of this. Now, I'm going to give you another way to look at some of the abilities in this, all right? This is kind of weird because everyone's like, okay, Breath Holding Champion, how do you look at that as an ability? Okay, first of all, putting aside the common use for it, one of the things, and I'm basically explaining this the way I looked at the tree to help you understand how to utilize the skills you have to further in-depth your play. You know what I mean? So, to further enhance your gameplay is what I should say, because it's a fun game, don't get me wrong. You can run around and do whatever you want. But if you start to understand how the game is put together, this isn't, as you're starting to see, it's not thrown together. This game is extremely intricate once you understand the system. But who the hell, aside from me, is going to go into this much in-depth about the system? But I enjoy it because I enjoy helping people, because my entire channel is filled with developer hate. I can't stand sloppy development. I can't stand developers that throw shit into a game and never explain it. That's not right to do to the player. You're paying the developer for a product that they made, and you should be able to use and know about all aspects of it. You should have this information because it's part of playing the game. This information I'm giving you is generic information, but it makes your gameplay 10 times better. It's a fun game to begin with, but having this information makes the game 10 times funner because you understand the concepts of how they put the game together. And so the player is never at fault for not understanding something in a game. No player in existence in any game is ever at fault for not understanding something. That's why I get pissed off at the gaming community saying, well, you should know this, it's common sense. That has nothing to do with anything. The game developer should be explaining this crap to people. So anyway, enough about that. Let me get back to what I'm saying. So, what you have to do is you have to kind of look at these passives and abilities from a different angle. And so, I look outside the box. I'm a little weird. So, what you have here is Breath Holding Champion. Great, you can stay underwater longer. Okay, let's take a look at that. There are some treasures that are so buried in the water that you have to have this. You can't get them without it. Okay, great. Now, let's go beyond that. hiding from enemies, staying underwater longer, is actually a surefire way that you could get away from an enemy that's searching for you. It's an evasive move. Let's take that a step further. If you're getting hit in the water, if you're getting attacked in the water by, let's say, a hippo or an alligator, your breath bar goes down every single time. Guess what? It's a survivability issue. So this passive doesn't just have the common ground to it. There are other things that you can manipulate this passive. This passive is good for. I mean, you can't use the passive. It's just on or off. But when you understand how to look at you start to understand how to look at these skills and everything, you realize that, oh shit, man, this is great. So, so you have a lot of stuff that was never explained to you. It's not fair that they let this out, and now you're starting to realize this. It's like you're almost aggravated that it's like I don't want to say you broke your ability tree, but for lack of a better word, you broke your ability tree. So it's really random. And the other thing too is this Sinu's perception. There's a reason why that's on this list. People don't realize, like, why did they put you wouldn't realize it, but it's like, great, I got 78 to 78 synchronized things. That's on the ability list because it's Sinu. But let me explain why this is actually in the ability tree and nowhere else. If you look at it, it's not anywhere else except the ability tree. The reason it's in the ability tree is because what the game doesn't tell you is that the more Sinu's perception is increased, the better you can find things in the item in the game with. So right now, if I went into the game and I used Sinu over by a fort, I'll show you the difference. Okay, so here's a fort, right? I'm going to go over to this fort and I'm going to show you something. I can just lift up Sinu here. Sinu's perception is maxed out. Watch this. Every single thing that I have highlighted on this screen, just from this angle, you would not be able to do because your perception of Sinu is not that high. Having a higher perception allows you to find things higher in the game. Like I said, if you picked up Sinu at this exact place, you would not be able to target any of this stuff back here. Plus, there's a lot of stuff that's off to the side that you can't see. See, as you can see, I have a really, really, really nasty high perception. So that's what having a high perception on Sinu is good for, because you wouldn't, like I said, it's nothing against anybody, but Sinu's perception the higher Sinu's perception is, the more on the map you can do just by looking around. It's as simple as that. So that is the reason why Sinu's perception is actually on the ability screen. Now, as far as a couple of tactics the game doesn't tell you that is crucial to know. Hold on one second. I fucking hate the guards in this game. I fucking can't stand them. Like I said, I'll stop what I'm doing just to friggin' kill the guards. Okay, so one thing I want to get out of the way is one thing back to the abilities on the melee tree. Okay, as I said, this is the final thing I want to go over with the ability tree here with this. For me, at least, my playstyle. And by the way, everybody I just killed, it is on Nightmare. I'm just doing an obnoxious amount of damage, so that's why it seemed like that was on easy, but it wasn't. I just kill things so freaking quick because I just made my character overpowered. So, one thing I was going to explain is that my melee, I always keep my melee higher than my range. So what I would do is I'd put 5 points in Master Warrior, and then I would start with the Hunter and do 5 points. I would bring it up. But I would always keep my melee higher than my range for the reason of this passive here. This ability. Overpowered chain throw, when it kills an enemy, you take the enemy's weapon and you throw it at another enemy. It's a one-hit kill for any enemy it hits. Doesn't matter whether the person has a shield, and it doesn't matter what type of shield it is. It doesn't matter who the enemy is. Well, you can't do it on a boss, but you can. It's a one-hit kill. So when you have a high melee tree, when I was looking at this, I want to make sure that I'm killing somebody with an overpower attack so I can actually trigger this ability to kill multiple people. That's all. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So like I said, this is using your character is there's a way to use your character. You can, like I said, you can go in and throw things around and do whatever you want. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong. But like I said, the stuff I'm giving you is literally going to help you play the game, even though it's generic information, because it applies to anything. Motherfucker, hold on.
Hold, explain yourself.
I really hate the guards in this game. I can't stand them. They're literally, for some reason, the most annoying enemy in the entire game. I can't stand them. Give me a second. Sorry. So now I'll get to one of the points that I'm making. There's a move in here. There's some moves in this game that the game really, really, really needs to go over, and it pisses me off that they didn't. There's actually a couple moves. So let me get up, if I can get up the top here. Give me a second. Oh shit. Alright, hold on one second. Yeah, I'm up high enough, so it doesn't even matter. I'm trying to get on top of this thing. I don't actually, you know what? I think I can get on the top here. We're going. Give me a second. Nah, I think it's as high as it's gonna go. Alright, so anyway. Actually, can I get over here? Give me a second. No, okay, so that's about as high as I can go. Alright, so here we go. When you jump, okay?
Alarm! Over here!
Screw him. Alright, so anyway, the,
Nothing gets through.
when you're jumping,
We have a nice reception ready. Be right there!
sorry, give me a second. I don't know where the hell these guys are all coming from.
There you are!
Come here, ass. Hold on one second.
Protect the net first! We have it!
See if I can get him killed from here. Okay. Where else is this asshole shooting me from? Hold on one second. I gotta find out where this clown is. He's shooting me from somewhere. I don't know where he's shooting me from. I can hear arrows hitting me. I can hear arrows hitting the ground.
Yes!
Oh, there he is.
Stop, damn you! You can... Mine!
Sorry, I hate the guards in this game. I really can't stand them. They're beyond friggin' annoying. This is why they're annoying. It's like, come on. Seriously? Enough is friggin' enough. Where's this asshole? Where is he? Ah, there he is. Come here, ass. Ready? Watch this. This is my hunter bow. Ready? Oops, I missed him. Okay. Let me grab this prick down here. Okay, so anyway, maybe I can finally get this. This might be a bad area to do this in. Okay, when you jump off of something, on the PlayStation 4 controller, it would be X. On my controller, it's A. The reason why you do that is because first, if you jump off something and land, do you see how much damage you just took? You take damage when landing. One of the things you can do, now if you look at where I just jumped from, now I'm going to jump again and I'm going to show you the difference. I took damage, but it wasn't as much. You can literally. Let me see. Actually, I think up here would even be a better way to explain this. Yeah, actually, this would be a much better way to do this. I'm just gonna jump off and land. Okay, you see how much damage I just took? It was literally like almost half my health. I know, it's ridiculous, the freaking annoyance of the guards. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here. Now I'm gonna land a different way. Do you see the difference in the damage I just took? One took out almost half my health bar, the other did not. The difference between when I landed was I pressed A right before I landed. Doing that allows you to roll, absorbing a lot of more damage, so you can actually not take as much damage. And obviously, the height you jump from is subjective to the amount of damage you take. You're not going to be able to pull that off on a mountaintop. You do, you're just going to desynchronize. So, by pressing A before you, or sorry, on your controller it would be X. By pressing X before you land, you will roll. The game does not tell you that. So, another thing is that if you're on fire, you need to put yourself out if you're not near water. So how to do that? Again, the game tells you to do it, but there's no way you could figure out how to do this. And even if you did it, you wouldn't know what exactly it is that you did, because the button combination to roll on the ground is absurd. It's not even something you can. I don't think it's something you can even look up. I had like, you can't look it up in the menu. You know what I mean? I don't think it's there. I actually had to look this up, and it's so absurd. You wouldn't. Like I said, if you did it, you wouldn't know what you did. Okay, so to roll, what you do is you hold the direction, and then on the PS4 controller, it would be square. So it's dodge. In your case, if you haven't messed with the button configuration, if it's the default, it would be square. Square is dodge. On me, it's X. But what you do is... What the fuck? Shut the fuck up out of here. I hate these friggin' guys. Break the friggin' grill. Where's his ass? Where did he go? I gotta get out of this flood. Oh, I died. I wasn't paying attention. I was getting ready to do a move and he just leaped at me. I'm not getting that. Unless that's my wife, I'm not getting it. Give me a minute, I need to hear who this is. Yeah, I'm not getting that. Okay, so anyway, the game doesn't tell you how to actually do the move of rolling. So, when I tell you this, you're going to go, what the hell? Alright, so... what you do is you hold the direction that you want to go in. Forward, back, left, right, doesn't matter. So, what you have to do is when you're holding a direction, you have to press what would be the square, in your case would be the square button, 3 times in a row. It doesn't allow you, it's really demented. You have to tap it like 3 times in a row fast. Actually, no, it's 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4 times. There's no way you would ever know what you did, even if you did it. You could do it. You're like, how the hell did I just do that? So it's literally, you have to do it 4 times in a row while holding a direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's ridiculous. So when you're on fire, rolling puts you out. That's another helpful key factor. Okay, now I'm going to go into a fort and show you how dumb the AI in this game is. Yep, it's ridiculous. They don't tell you this stuff, and I found this out through playing, you know what I mean? Like I said, I got bits and pieces of information from various places, but not all the places I went to didn't have pieces of information the other place did.
I'll get the fire going. Die, idiot!
Alright, so anyway, what I was saying is, the AI in the game. Now, it's fun to sneak around and everything else, but what I'm about to show you, I did on my first way through, even without being this powerful. I just did it. Hold on a second. I gotta get out of here. I'm just gonna keep killing guards. Sorry, I had to get out of there. I'm just gonna wind it. They're just gonna keep spawning, and I'm just gonna keep getting interrupted with what I'm doing. Alright, so, let me go find a big fort. I want to point out that forts have 3 different levels. Level 1 is 1 spear, level 2 is 2 spears, and level 3 is 3 spears. You probably have noticed that, and obviously the level of spears means the bigger the fort. Or the, you know, the more, the more it's on there, so... Let me find something real fast here, and, alright, I'll go to this one if I can get away. Actually, it's too far away. I need to get a fast travel point close to a 3-pronged fort. That's 2. Give me a second. Okay, actually, here's one. Alright, just so you know, too, if you go back and look at all my playthroughs, it says it's on Nightmare, but I do clarify during my streams and at the beginning of pretty much at the beginning of every one of them, or I should say, I don't say at the beginning, but at some point I clarify in the stream that there are things in this game that are pointless to do on anything except for easy. And there's 4 or 5 things. Those are elephants. And there, hold on. The reason that I want to back up. The reason that you do them on easy is because it doesn't do anything except make it take longer. The rewards don't change or anything else. So when you're fighting elephants, you get an ability point when you kill it. So you are going to get that ability point whether you do it on easy, normal, hard, or nightmare. It would be one thing if nightmare gave you 2 ability points, then there would be a reason to fight it on nightmare. But there isn't. It doesn't do anything except make the battle take longer. So there's a couple things in this game that are just literally useless to do on anything except for easy. So even though my stream says nightmare, there are points that I put it on easy for those particular aspects. They are as follows. The community challenges. Trials of Sobek and Trial of Anubis or Saakmet or whatever the hell the names of those are. The war elephants. Those are another thing you do on easy. The sea battles. Anything that's at sea. It literally doesn't do anything when you're doing it on Nightmare. Great, you killed it on Nightmare. Okay, you just took longer to do it. There's no reason, unless you want to do it. I mean, don't not do it because you don't want to. But I'm saying there's no real valid reason to do it. There's no game reward. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. So the end result is exactly the same. Except easier just lets you go through it faster. That's all it does. So anyway. The Arena Horde mode is another one, because the reason I say the Arena Horde mode do it on easy is because it's never-ending waves. The game that the waves you don't get out of Arena Horde mode until you're dead. And so eventually what happens during Arena Horde mode is the enemies start becoming harder and harder and harder, and eventually they wind up with skulls above their heads. An enemy with a skull above his head is a minimal of 5 levels above your current level. So if I'm at level 5 and if I'm at level 55 and I'm starting to see enemies with skulls above their heads, that means those enemies are at least level 60 or 61. And so I'm fighting level 61 enemies at that point. So the point to Arena Horde mode is to go through as many waves as you possibly can. Putting it on Nightmare will handicap you, preventing you from getting further. And again, it doesn't end until you're dead. So there's no reason to do it on any. That's only the Arena Horde mode. There's no don't put anything on. No, everything else. It's just part. I just play it that way. That's the way I'm saying it is. So that's the other thing that's there. And then there's a fist fight that you come across in the main game. I know I think it's a side quest. Anyway, there's some quest of the game where you wind up fist fighting a friend of yours or something like that out in the desert, and the kid's a fucking pain in the ass. So that fight, put on easy. Also, there is in my last stream, when I finally finished the Curse of the Pharaohs DLC, I literally had to put this boss fight that I was fighting on easy. Not because I couldn't kill it, but it was, I'm complaining about it in the stream, and it's ridiculous. There is a main quest boss. It's a main quest. It's one of the, without spoiling anything, basically, if you don't, this boss will eventually disappear off the screen if you don't kill it in time. I kept getting the boss down to like a quarter of his health, and he just kept disappearing. So I was getting screwed over, not because I couldn't kill it, but the boss wasn't remaining on the screen. So my complaint with that was, what the hell is a main boss that you have to kill it if you don't kill it disappearing off of the screen? Because if it disappears off the screen, you're screwed. I mean, you can get him back again, but he's back at full health again. So what happens here is I had to put the game on easy to prevent him from disappearing off of the screen. It was just ridiculous. So, at that regard, there are just some things in this game that you really want to put on easy, and that's a judgment call. But, like I said, I wanted to be clear that, there's no reason to put some of the stuff on hard and just, give yourself aggravation. You can if you want. That's up to you. But it's just easier if you know this stuff. So, yeah, the War Elephants, anything at sea, the Arena Horde mode, only the Arena Horde mode, and the fist fight that's out in the desert, and then I think that main boss fight that I did, if you have it on Nightmare, it's really almost next to impossible. It can be done, but it's really hard to do, so, just because he keeps disappearing off of the screen. I mean, he killed me legitimately a bunch of times, but I didn't put it on easy because of that. I put it on easy because the damn guy kept disappearing. It was like, come on. So I'm like, screw you, I'm just going to kill you fast enough and then, get it in time. So anyway, okay, that's what I was getting at. So let me go here and show you about the combat system in this. So that's the main reason why I tell people, there's a lot more to this game. You gotta have you're not gonna have the information to use that if you don't have the information. You know what I mean? All right, so let me go here and let me go to this fort. Where is it? It's over there, right? So I'm gonna go into this fort and I'm gonna show you how I play, because this may give you an indication on the stupidity level of the combat system in this game. Yeah, it was really, dude, I was getting aggravated because I'm like, what the frig? The boss, there are other things there are other, like, sub-bosses in the game, but they're not a main quest thing. Do you know what I mean? This thing was a main quest thing that you couldn't finish the quest until you killed him. And I was like, what the hell? So it was just, I don't think anybody blamed me for putting it on easy for that, just to kill the guy. You know what I mean? I mean, if you watch, I'm getting him down. I can kill these bosses, but but it's like ridiculous. I'm like, come on, that's asinine. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into this fort. All right, this is a 3-pronged fort, so there's a ton of enemies in here. What the frick? Are you kidding me? Whoops. Alright, so one thing I found out early on in this about the combat system in this game is that I realized how it was actually set up. Let me show you something. I'm running this guy over. If I can hit him. I don't know where he went. There he is. Okay, when you run somebody over in this game and you keep running them over, they get stunned. So what happens is if you keep circling around the enemy, hitting them, on a mount, you can just kill them. You can do that with any enemy in the game. Animals attack you head on. So you can't really, you got to be careful with that because they can actually hit you when you're running in a circle and get you. So, but for the most part, watch how dumb this is. If I just keep, what happens is the mount hits them and just stuns them. They can't lock onto you, and then you just get free hits. It's dumb. Like, the AI in this game is so dumb, and the combat system in this, whoever programmed this, is an idiot, because they basically set it so it appears as though the combat system in this works well. It doesn't. This is on a mount. You get hit, don't get me wrong. But the fact of the matter is, if you're watching what I'm doing... Oh yeah, this guy's gonna kill me if he hits me. Yeah, he killed me. Alright. So, no, the combat system is even worse than that. Like, the combat system in this game is programmed really badly. Once you understand the secret to how the combat system was put together, you can start wailing the piss out of people. And I'm telling you, this has nothing... I'm doing a lot of damage to these enemies, but that has nothing to do with the tactic I'm using. The tactic I'm using is the crucial piece. Okay. One thing... The only thing I'm about to say that this does... What I'm about to say doesn't apply to animals. It applies to every human AI in the game except animals, because animals attack you head on. So this doesn't apply to animals. When I'm saying this, I'm referring to all human AI. All human AI, every single one of their attacks. No, sorry, 99% of the human AI's attacks all come from the left side of their right side of their body. So they come from the right side. By pulling out your shield, targeting the enemy, and continually circling to the right, only dodging. Watch, I'll show you. Oh, there's two of them over here. Okay. So, let me see if I can hit him. I'll just assassinate him to trigger this guy to piss this guy. Now watch. Watch this. By targeting this guy and then doing that and only dodging once you get out of the way, you will almost never get hit. And you always wind up behind the enemy. Isn't that the dumbest thing ever? Like, literally, it's the dumbest friggin' thing ever. That's literally how challenging the combat system in this game is. It's so dumb. Okay, now, this is another problem the combat system has in this game. It cannot handle massive over-aggression, and I'll show you. Now, I'm going to go into this fort and show you how ridiculous, the AI is programmed for you to cat and mouse them. Over-aggression cripples the enemy's AI decision-making ability. Watch. Let me go into the fort and show you.
You're finished. Get him.
Whoops. Whoops, I got hit. When an enemy's about to do a massive attack to you, if you trigger your adrenaline hit, you won't get, unless the enemy blocks the adrenaline hit, you can just get around that. It's a really stupid evasive tactic that shouldn't exist in the game. Alright, so, I am now going into this fort. Watch how bad the over-aggression is in this game when you friggin' attack the AI. Let me get Sanu here and get every single guy I can find on the screen. Actually, I think I killed them all. That doesn't make any sense. This is a three-pronged fort. Where the hell are all the enemies? Wow, that's bad. Oh, here we go. Watch how over aggressive this is. See this guy standing here? I will literally get to him before he... Watch. I'm gonna do this to like almost every single person in this fort. I don't care if an enemy, unless the enemy sees you head on, by the time the enemy turns around, it doesn't have time to react. If you're over aggressive with the attacks, I just don't play like a total jerk. Don't even care. So unless the enemy, like, people will try to sneak behind this guy. I'm not sneaking. Watch. You can literally run up to the guy, and he can't hear you. By the time he turns around, he can't do anything. So it's almost like people are afraid to run up behind an enemy. Don't, because the enemy can't react fast enough. You literally enclose on him before he can do anything. And I don't understand where the hell everybody is in this fort. Like, literally, this is a 3-pronged fort. Where the hell is everybody? This should have way more guys in it than that. Oh, another trick that you can do off the subject here is Sanu. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so you can actually fast travel using Sanu while you're in Sanu mode. Sanu mode, yeah. Any fast travel point you already have unlocked, you can use Sanu to target and travel with. So my point, the whole point is, that tactic I explained to you about circling around enemies works on anything in the game. Bosses, anything. It's really stupid. Now, I'm gonna show you another cool tactic that I use during boss fights. What? Really? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, the AI cannot react fast enough if you attack them. It's not that, unless they literally see you head on and see you coming, they don't have time to react. All right. So anyway, let me change my my gear here for a quick second. By the way, just so you know, heavy blunt weapons are the best weapon type in the entire game, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think I'm alone in that category. All right. So let me heavy blunt weapons. I'll give you a demonstration with them. They're so absurdly way overpowered. So let me go into another fort here. Find a different fort. Because heavy blunt weapons are slow. That's why a lot of people don't like them, because they just want to go gung-ho, go in, you know, kill shit fast enough. But if you're going to do that tactic, you have to understand how the AI is put together. You can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you go in, and I'll give you a demonstration on how ridiculous these heavy blunt weapons are. Heavy blunt weapons, don't get me wrong, you need to take your time with them. There is a tactic to using them, and they do require you to do timing on them. So don't think you're going to be able. I'm still having a problem getting the timing down on this. So I just wanted to be clear about that. They're so overpowered. If you know how to use them and time them right, you will never get killed in a fight if you use them, time them right. You have to time everything that you're doing properly. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get sucker shot, you know, various times. So here's an example of these guys are gonna come off here, right? Okay. Let me get this off here. I gotta. These guys are all freaking shooting arrows at me. I'm never gonna get this, guys. Here we go. I gotta get her out of here. They're just gonna kill me with arrows. These guys have to be on foot. I killed that guy. You didn't see it. Yeah, these guys are all on horseback and on arrows. It's gonna hop on this mount. Just give me a second. So I just wanted to give you a demonstration on some of these weapons, because a lot of people avoid, like I said, a lot of people avoid slow-moving weapons because they don't understand them. These heavy blunt weapons, they require you to really time it right. But if they're timed right, they don't need to go fast. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I go into this fort. It's absolutely stupid how overpowered these weapons are. Heavy blunt weapons get through anybody's shield, no matter how big the shield is. Okay, now here we go. Fucking, I can't stand this shit. That's a fucking annoyance. Sorry. Alright, this is better because there's more guys. I don't know what the hell that was about. That was a 3-pronged fort. This is a 2-pronged fort, and there's more guys. Actually, is this 2? Yeah, there's more guys in this one than there was in the other one. That doesn't make any sense. Oh my god, that's stupid. Like I said, the AI can't handle aggression in this. It doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have time to react. Literally, dude, I've assassinated 3 people walking in a line, one after the other, before they could turn around and do anything. It was like, assassinate, assassinate, assassinate. I've assassinated people right next to each other before they could react. Okay, so let me give you an example of how to fight with a... I gotta get off of this, hold on.
got you.
It's hard to see, but basically the move I'm doing is this. If you time that forward move properly when the enemy is attacking, the enemy's weapon will bounce off of you and get stunned. And it works with any enemy in the game, including bosses. Ready?
Die, you world.
Oops, he got me, hold on. You can attack anybody in the middle of attacking, too. Heavy blunt weapons knock everybody on the ground. It's so ridiculous. Alright, so let me give you a prime example of this guy here. I'll also show you how fighting with a spear is broken, too. Spears are just ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Ready? See what I just did? I knocked his... They can't hit you. It's if you time it right, they can't hit you.
There you are.
Yep, there I am. Come get me.
We must keep up.
Yes, it does. I will agree to that.
Got you.
Alright, now, one thing I'm going to explain to you about archers. They will push you away. So I'm going to show you a move that I use to close the gap between the distance between you and an archer. And it literally looks like a ballet move, but it will close the gap faster than the archer can get away. So you have to do this, and I do this with people on horseback too. Obviously, if the horse is running away from you, you're not going to get it. But let me swap back to my sword here. The move is simple. It's a dodge lunge attack. So let me see if he's going to come down here. I have to go forward towards him. The move is this. Hold on, let me get rid of this guy first. I didn't want to hit him. I gotta get rid of this guy. This guy's a pain in the ass to fight. This move it closes the gap between enemies. It literally lunges you forward, and any enemy that has a shield out, it'll knock the shield, the circular shield, it won't do it with a bigger shield. Like this. It literally shield breaks their stance. I think I killed everybody in this fort. Yep, I killed everybody in this fort. Well, almost everybody. No, I think I did. I think I killed everybody in this fort. Oh no, there's one. All right, so let me see. I'll show you the power of a friggin'. I have the best stealth bow in the game. It's a predator bow, I believe. I literally have the best stealth bow in the game. I'll show it to you, and I actually cannot for the life of me remember where I picked this bow up from. The I can't even speak. The best predator bow in the entire game is this one. If you take a look at the stealth damage on it, it is max stealth damage. Now, arguably, there's a bow in the game called Lion's Cry. Arguably, it's possibly a better predator bow, but it's not. Let me see. Let me go into my gear and see if I still have. I may have accidentally sold it. Yeah, I think I accidentally sold it. Yeah, I accidentally sold it. But anyway, the Lions, you can look it up. The Lion's Cry bow is a really good predator bow. This one I have is just way better. I've beamed enemies in the face. Let's see if I can do it from here. I've beamed enemies in the face for 14K with it. It's ridiculous. That's partially the bow, but it's also due to the fact that I have 110% additional friggin' range damage just off of my master tree. So it's ridiculous. So let me go up here and find out what this daily quest is. Also, to get another way to get items better is to go to do Retta's daily quests. By the way, this is the Golden Child's bastard cousin. I have to beg to differ that. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. The range. Do you know what ranged multiplier does? There's a reason why I'm asking this. I'll explain it to you because what may appear better doesn't always mean better, because the game itself, ranged multipliers have something in them that they do something specific with the damage. So I'll wait till you answer. Okay, but do you know what ranged multiplier does? Okay. I'll show you why stealth damage is better in this particular case. Okay. I have a level 4 stealth damage, and I have a level 2 combo multiplier on a bow that's doing 1800 damage. Okay, I'll explain it. Now, I'm not talking down here. I'm not saying that your build is better or worse. I'm just saying, in general, if you don't... The reason I say this is because 99% of the people that play this game don't understand how to read the game's stats. And that's not the fault of the player. That is absolutely Ubisoft's fault. That is why in this stream I'm going over this with somebody so they understand how to read the weapon. Okay, so... Ranged multiplier. Okay, we'll go over that in a second. But here is stealth damage. And here is a combo multiplier on this bow. Alright? And again, what we're talking about also is subjective to the stats on the bow as well. So that you have to take into consideration. So ignoring the health on kill, we're paying attention to the stealth damage and the combo multiplier. The stealth damage on this bow is level 4. The combo multiplier on this bow is level 2. I don't know why combo multiplier is on a stealth bow, but that's besides the point. We're going to open the glossary of this game. Now, I'm going to show you when you're dealing with, what did you say it was? Ranged multiplier, alright? We're going to look at ranged multiplier in here, if that's actually a thing. Combo multiplier. Are you talking about range multiplier or combo multiplier? Because there's no such thing as ranged multiplier. It doesn't exist. I think you're talking about rate of fire. Are you talking about rate of fire? Or are you talking about combo multiplier? Hold on, I wanted to give him time. I wanted to give this person time to answer. I know the stream is like 15 seconds behind itself, so I don't want to go ahead of anybody. I'm just letting him answer. You're talking about ranged. Yeah, but what on ranged? Because if you take a look, there's no such thing as an ability on a bow called ranged multiplier that I can see, unless I'm missing this. So I'm going to look like a total fool. All right, so you... Oh, you're talking about ranged hit multiplier. Okay, that's a gold ability. I got you. Okay. So, it deals double damage. That's what you're talking about, the ranged hit multiplier. Sorry, my bad. So, I thought you were talking about a gray ability. Okay. Right. It's ranged hit multiplier. That's what you're talking about. Okay, so, I was looking at the top abilities. That's my fault. Sorry. Okay, so when you deal with... shots taken more than 20 meters away from the target deal double damage. That's perfectly fine. Let me explain something to you. A bow that does, let's say, 1,000 damage is going to do 2,000 damage with a range multiplier if you have it. That's fine. Now, here is the issue with this. If you take a look at the bow that I have, I'm just talking about, this is stealth damage, all right? Stealth damage and combo multiplier. All right. In the plus mine had, yeah, the health on kill, that doesn't matter. Okay, let's take a look at combo multiplier. Combo multiplier does, for every consecutive hit, at level 2, it'll deal 115% additional damage every time it hits the enemy. That's on top of the stealth damage it's doing. So I'm going to take a look at stealth damage, provided you don't kill the enemy with stealth damage. Alright, so stealth damage at level 4 is doing 160% additional damage on top of the combo multiplier, plus the damage it's doing on this. I am doing well over the amount of damage it would have done. On top of that, you have to take into consideration the passive amount of percent I have in there. So for me, and this is why I said this is subjective to the bow and the player's playstyle. For me, yeah, I know I do kill him in one hit. I've done try to do, my point is try to do 14k. I've beamed enemies in the face for between 9 and 10k. I'm doing like ridiculous damage because of the bow. But also, I'm doing 110% additional damage on top of what this is doing just from this tree alone. I have an abnormal amount of points in here. But in retrospect, when you actually look at the stuff that's in the range stuff, now I'm assuming you also have one of the passives that allow you to do more damage inside, enhanced warrior bow. So holding R will charge, you know what I mean? It's these random things will enhance stuff. So I do have to, I gotta, you have to add that and stuff in there. So that's why everybody's play style, that's why I tell people, you can't copy what somebody's doing unless you know what they're doing. There's too many variables involved in this. And so this is why, for me, this is why I said, I don't understand what the hell a combo multiplier is doing on a stealth damage bow. You're killing the bastard in one hit. So that stat is basically useless on this bow. So I'm not even paying attention to that, because I'm never hitting the enemy more than once. But here's the thing. I still am hitting him for an additional 115% damage when I've hit him first, adding that 115% damage to the 140 on top of that. You talking about Lion's Cry? By the way, just off the subject, in case anybody wants to know what the hell charge speed is, bows don't have a charge on them. Alright. Charge speed is, let me see where it is. Because even reading this, it doesn't help you. Charge speed, charging speed, okay. Bow charge duration is reduced by X%. Charge speed is how fast you draw the bow back. I can draw it at level 4, you're drawing it back 40% faster than anything else. So that's why I'm using this, because when I'm doing this, my combo multiplier, if I pig somebody off, I'm doing retarded damage to them. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. But Predator bows are specifically set up to do stealth damage. So in retrospect, in reality, it's not really fair to compare a Predator bow to a bow that has range, that has has range multiplier on it. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm curious about what the bow is. I'm assuming it can't be Lion's Cry, because Lion's Cry is a Predator bow. What would it be? I probably have it. I literally probably have it, because it's Jackal's Gaze, precision, bleeding on hit. That's multiple arrows. Predator bows, Lord of Bones. Lord of Bones I friggin' was in love with for the longest time, because... Yeah, no, I'm just saying, go find out what it is, because I'm curious to what the bow is now. Yeah, that's fine. I just thought if I had it, yeah, I could show it to you, you could name what it is, but I guess I don't have it. I've sold a lot of my stuff that I don't even need. Oh, it is a Predator bow, okay. Then you're probably talking about... Then you're probably talking about the Lion's Cry bow. That's literally arguably the best Predator bow outside of this one. The reason why is because the Lions, if you're going to compare them, because all Predator bows have stealth damage on them. Lion's Cry has level 3 stealth damage. This is level 4. Lion's Cry does critical hit damage on it, or critical hit chance, or does something with critical on it. It's a level 2. So, and then I forget what else it has. It has something else on it. So it's arguably... Oh, okay, okay, okay. Lion's Cry is actually a really good bow in general because if you can't find the one that I have, the Lion's Cry is the next best bow because it's absolutely ridiculous what it does. And like I said, I had it and I got rid of it, and I freaking forget where I got it from. So what I'm just trying to, like I said, go check what it is because I'm curious about what that bow is now. I swear to God, that guy that just said that, or whatever was in the background, it literally sounds like he's saying, "Oh, it's a video game." I know he's not saying that, but it literally sounds like that. Yeah, like I said, I mean, this information that I'm giving you, it's not fair that Ubisoft left this out of the game. You can learn this through the course of the game, but by the end of the game, all the information I told you would have helped you out in the game instead of learning it afterwards. You know, you can use all this information I'm giving you. Now, I want to stress, play however you want. Make the game fun. But you should also have this information so you can decide whether or not you want to, you know, you want to use it or not. That's all. Because again, it's not right that Ubisoft didn't bother telling you about this. And there's a couple of really good one-handed swords in the game, but as far as damage-wise, this is the best one-handed sword in the game. Not only does it have a critical hit rate of 4, but it has a combo multiplier of 4, and it has health on hit. So that is crucial, because one thing I was going to point out in the... one thing I was going to actually mention, that it's kind of confusing, but to understand... You know, understand, it's basically what I'm about to show you as a combat survivability issue. Alright, so, let me go in here. Let me find another guy to attack. Okay, so... Alright, you'll notice that the white bars that below my adrenaline is actually, even though there's multiple parts in each one, the thing is actually divided into 3 parts. There's 1, 2, and 3. When you have all the health removed from one of the sections in the bar, you can't regenerate your health, even if you have the regeneration from health in combat. So, in order for you to regenerate health in combat, you have to have health in that section of the bar to regenerate. And if you don't have it, you can't regenerate it, which is why health on hit is crucial to doing that. See? Let me see if I can get hit again. I'm going to purposely get hit just to, Okay. You see how my health bar, there's 2 of them in that, now I'm down to 1 bar. I'm only down to 1. My health will not regenerate until I get health into that second section, because right now, as you can see, it's divided into 3 sections. So, like I said, until I get health into that secondary bar, it won't regenerate in combat, because there's nothing to regenerate. Obviously, when you're out of combat, it goes to full. But I just wanted to clear that. I wanted to make sure of that, because yes, each section has like 10 sections in it, but in reality, it's divided into 3 parts that have 10 sections in them each. I think it's 10. I didn't count, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm curious about what this person's bow is. I got a predator attack. He's dead, yeah. Right in the face. Alright. Alright, yeah, I just made this stream just to help somebody out, because it pains me to friggin' watch people play this game and not know the stuff that they're able to do that is withheld from them that they're not aware of. Because it's not right, you know? Oh, by the way, the easiest, if you want to check out, the fastest way to find out what the bow is, well, you know, I'm assuming you'll know the name of it as soon as you see it. Just type in a list of Predator bows that are in this game. That's all. Go to Google and just type in Predator bows in Assassin's Creed Origin. List of Predator bows or whatever it is. Predator bow list of, you know, whatever. All legendary. I'm assuming it's legendary. So just type in all legendary Predator bows in Assassin's Creed Origin. You'll find it right away if you know the name of it. Because like I said, I'm curious about what it is. I think I've had it. I think I know what you're talking about because I've seen just about every bow in the game. Did I get him? No, I missed him. Whoops. That was piss poor. Yeah, I'm not getting him. I don't even care. Oh, also, one other thing I was gonna tell you as well, that the game, this is on actually one of the loading screens, but if you never see the loading screen, that's not gonna help you out either. So let me put on a generic bow here, just something real fast. Actually, I want to try this and see what happens. Okay, this is a bow that has multiple aspects to it. Let me change this from day to night. Again, this is something that's on one of the loading screens, but if you miss the loading screen or you never see it, it's not, that information isn't going to do you any good. All right. So first of all, okay. So this is a fuck. Okay, there we go. This is a multiple shot bow, I believe. Okay. Pulling a torch out and holding your arrows over any fire source will allow you to. Oh, snap! You can do that. That's hilarious. So, holding arrows over any fire source will light the arrow on fire. To do it with a torch, it's a little bit difficult. You have to kind of crouch down and do it. But it's actually kind of interesting. That's actually awesome. I didn't realize you could light all four of those on fire. That's hilarious. Right in the friggin' grill. Ready?
Work together. Conduct is hurt.
Wow, that's sick. Okay, also, you can pick up, you can throw anything you can pick up. So let's see, you want to pick up a body? You can throw it. So, normally it says to drop it, but to throw it, if you hold L2 and then press R2, it'll allow you to throw it. You can do that with anything you pick up. Also, you can pull out multiple torches. I think you can have 4 at max. 3 on the ground and 1 there. But I think if you throw another one, it only has 3 lit on the ground, but you can actually hold a 4th one. That's really good for like throwing things at like cobras and stuff like that. You can also pick up oil jars and throw them and place them down to create traps for enemies by luring all the enemies in and then just shooting a fire arrow at them and then just burning them all. You can set boats on fire, water on fire, things like that. Just all the stuff that it's kind of, you know, you can probably figure it out during play, but if you don't know how to throw something, it's like, really? In one of my playthroughs, if you actually tactic that I use, if you want to get an enemy, if you want to get an ally or whatever it is, you have to get out of a fort, but you don't want to fight through all these guys. I actually grabbed an ally out of the fort, because some of them have to get carried, which I have an issue with people getting carried in this game. Some guy was like, oh man, I broke my hip, I can't stand up. And after you get him to safety in the cinema cut, he stands up with no problems or he frickin' runs away. Dude, I thought your hip was broken. That just doesn't make any sense. So I have an issue with that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If you have an enemy that needs to be carried out of a fort, and you don't want to go through the guards, what I usually do is I'll go to the place on the map where I've located the guy I have to carry out. I'll climb the wall, I'll drop down in, and I will clear out of guards the pathway to the steps. I will pick the guy up, carry him, go to the wall, and just throw him off of the wall. I don't think you can throw a guy. You have to do that. But if you place him on the wall, he'll like roll off and fall on the ground. So I've done that to get him out of the forts, and I've gone down and picked him up. So it's just funny to like realize what you can do. And so it's really amusing what you can do with this. And one thing I was actually going to go explain about combat. So let me go to the arena because this is the best place to explain this. With one of the combat tactics that I use. Now, what I'm about to show you does work in the game, and most people see it, but you'll almost never see people doing this. And so, let me go to the Gladiator arena here. I'm going to show you an interesting combat tactic that people may not realize. Okay, so... crap, hold on a second. I need to adjust my gear here. Give me 1 second. Fuck. I don't think I can do it in this one. Shit. Shit, hold on a second. I don't think I can do it in this one. Give me 1 second. I don't think... Yeah, I can't do this. Hold on a second. Let me go to the main menu of this. Oh, crap. Hold on 1 second. I think I screwed this up. I should have exited the activity. Oh, no. Here it is. All right. Give me a second. I got to change my weapons. And then I'm going to go back in. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta wait till this. Alright, there we go. So I go to gear. Okay. One of the tactics I use in when fighting bosses, because I'm gonna go fight a boss with this, or attempt to fight a boss with this. Alright. When you're in a battle, if you notice, this has an adrenaline regeneration of 4 on this. That is going to be my main attack weapon. That's going to be my adrenaline regeneration in a fight. What happens here is, when you regenerate adrenaline, once the bar is full, you can actually swap your weapons. The adrenaline bar is not locked to the weapon you gain the adrenaline with. You have the adrenaline bar is totally separate from all the weapons. The game does not care what weapon you use to generate adrenaline with. It only cares that you generated the adrenaline. So if you use a weapon with a high regeneration on adrenaline, you can use that to fill your adrenaline bar and then swap to a more powered weapon and then use the adrenaline attack from that weapon onto the enemy. Once you're done, you swap back to this, keep circling the boss, let your adrenaline regeneration go, and then do it again. Is that boring? Yes. But some bosses on Nightmare you cannot run up and hit. You'll just get crushed. So, it's kind of like random. So let me go to Cyrene. Let me go to the Crocodilopolis arena. Okay, so when you're in the Crocodilopolis arena, you're given weapons. You're given weapons. Oh, I didn't get this yet. Ah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so this is a regular sword and shield. So when you're dealing with this, I might as well just do this while I'm in here. I didn't even realize I didn't finish this. Holy jeez, that's ridiculous. Well, I guess you guys are. I guess I'm going to wind up doing a.
More bones for our animals. More bones step into the arena.
There's only three waves in this.
Siwan is fighting for more
You didn't see that, but I basically just did a chain attack to him.
Kill you for that. Another gladiator falls. Sobek will feast.
This is why I said you want to make sure that you can kill an enemy with that attack, because it's a one-hit kill. Now, if you're having a problem against an enemy with a shield, stand in front of the pillar here, and they'll run into it, and they'll kill themselves. As you saw, remember I told you about that lunge attack. It closes the gap between you and enemies that have a long reach or bows. So you can literally knock them senseless with it doing that tactic. And again, remember, this is on Nightmare. This is not on Easy. So again, there's just things that it's helpful to know when you're playing. I literally did not realize that this was not finished. Wow. I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Here we go. Let's let the lion loose.
Die, die! Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion. Here comes another wave of combatants. The arena claims another match. More bones for us.
Whoops. Mistakes were made. Oh! Mistakes were made. I forgot there was a giant guy there. Oh my god, that's terrible. That's terrible. Here we go.
Hyenas enter the arena, ready to scuff.
Nice.
Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion. Hyenas will feast the fuck out of this majesty. Siwan is fighting for
Let me see if I can get this guy to run into this. Hold on. He's running into the trap. So there's some shield guys I just don't feel like dealing with, so I let them run into the trap. Watch. Hold on a second, ready? Oh, I died. Hold on. That guy's a freaking idiot. There he is. I'm gonna grab him.
another gladiator.
Love that move. So as I said, you know, you're starting to see what I said. I at least I try to show you what I say I actually apply and put into action.
Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle.
Whoops.
In Egypt. The gods will be happy. Siwan is fighting for more than survival.
Guy's got a shield, right? Bang, dead. I think it's wave 3, right? Yep, okay.
The Medjay wins.
There's a reason why I'm trying to get to the boss that's in the secondary elite boss in these matches. There's a reason why I want to do that. Because it's the stupidest boss fight. It is literally the most idiotic boss fight in this entire game, ever. Like, there's no boss fight that is worse than this one. And I'll explain why. You know, it's self-explanatory when you see it, so just let me get to it. And so, here we go, ready? Ram right in the fucking grill. Oh shit, I didn't do a chain attack.
Another gladiator falls.
Whoops.
Sobek will feast.
You see what I'm saying? The game can't handle over-aggression. The more aggressive you are with the game, the enemies can't handle it.
Can the Siwan survive a new wave of
Oh,
fighters?
this guy's gonna kill me if I don't get out of here. Shit. I couldn't get out of there. I got caught in the gate. That guy with the shield that's there, he's kind of a pain in the ass to get into, so what I do with him is I stand behind a circular pillar with, I just keep letting him run into the pillar, and I let the pillar kill him.
Gods will be happy. Die, you death dog. The arena flames.
I've actually fallen into the pit doing that. It was rather hilarious.
More gladiators enter our sandy
That works too.
Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion.
This guy's a pain in the ass. I'm probably gonna get killed with this. What I need to do is I need to let my health regenerate or I'm gonna be dead. Oh, these friggin' guys with archers in this is a pain in the ass. Alright, I'm dead.
Another gladiator falls. Sobek will feast.
Now I can get this guy. Oh, that's the end of it. Okay, so that's wave 3.
For the Siwan.
Wow, I didn't realize that was the end of it. Okay, now when you're dealing with these brothers, this boss fight's pain because you're by yourself. You don't actually have your partner with you. The tactic is still... I'll show you how to beat some of these bosses. They're so stupidly easy. The tactic with this particular boss is you have to kill the guy that has the weapon first. If you don't, you're going to get screwed up. The problem why that's so difficult is because they stay together. As you can see, it's... Whoops. So I have the tree. I basically keep this between me and them. And once they're separated... Whoops. Once they're separated, I go get him. Whoops.
Another hit.
Whoops. Fuck me. You really got to get this guy out of the way with this first.
She lands another.
And the thing here is you got to be careful not to hit the other guy with that attack. Alright, so now that that guy's out of the way, and just so you guys are aware, this is on Nightmare, it's not on Easy. Alright, so now that this guy's out of the way, you can easily kill this guy by blocking a bunch of his hits. And every time he goes to attack, just dodge out of the way and then go around him and hit him on the back. Sometimes that doesn't work, but you can interrupt his attack.
I will tear you to
He's getting ready to frickin' leap at me.
The Siwan scores him.
Shit. Okay. You wait till he attacks, and then you hit him with your special.
That got through.
Now you gotta back off from him. You can only get him a couple times when you're doing this boss. When he's up close, because other than that, he'll attack you. So what you have to do is you have to wait and use lunge attacks and stay behind him. Whoops, he got me. He's gonna whale the piss out of me and throw me, and I'm gonna get screwed. Yep. Yeah, I'm fucked up. I gotta wait for my health to get back up. I may not be able to finish this fight. I gotta wait. here he comes. This is a cat and mouse issue. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna taunt him. Fuck. I'm dead. Hey, you gotta be careful because when he does that, you're about to go into the attack and then he friggin' just randomly friggin' grabs you. Some of these bosses can pick you up and throw you. So, you gotta be really careful when you're dealing with that. Oops. Not gonna win that. I didn't separate them. Let me see. Jabel or Cal. I have to look at it. I gotta separate these two. The reason I restarted that is because he grabbed me and he was getting ready to throw me.
Good strike.
Watch the amount of damage he does when he throws you. This is ridiculous. And then that other guy is sitting there. Now what I have to do is I have to wait for my health to regen. I got lucky with that hit because he didn't deplete my first bar. So I'm waiting before all my, I'm waiting before I actually, like, outright point-blank attack him. And meanwhile, I'm taking bits and pieces of ammo, too. So I have to separate these two. Here we go. Fuck. I'm gonna hit the wrong guy. It's fucking over. I can't win. Yeah, I can't win this. That's why you have to get them separated, because what happens is if you go over there, he just frickin' piles on you and you can't frickin' do anything. Fuck, where is it? Nope. There, just so you guys know also, there's hits where if a boss gets you into that hit, you can't win. It's an automatic death kill.
Another hit.
This boss fight is a pain in the ass. There's a reason why I'm doing this, because I don't feel like fucking taking forever to do this. So now I'm just gonna fucking kill this guy. I'm not gonna deal with these pricks. Alright, so that's it on that. There's a reason why I just put that in easy. There's no reason. I'm not going to continue doing this. I'm not even going to show these guys mercy. I wonder what I'm going to wind up getting from this. Sometimes you get like weapons and stuff or outfits from doing these. So the reason why I stuffed it on easy is because I'm trying to get to this one particular boss. I just don't give a shit right now. Leviathan Blade. Alright, so I'd have to see what that is. This is the boss I want you to see. It's friggin' wicked hilarious. This boss is ridiculous. Alright, so let me change this back to Nightmare now. Yeah, let me look up that bow after this. I think I've had that bow. I think I sold it. Alright, so let me see it. Oh yeah, this is just gonna end. This is not gonna end well.
Our hearts have a new champion. Ultimate code. Pentacet. Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle in Egypt.
This boss fight that's in this is just really hilarious.
Here comes another wave of combatants. Siwan is fighting for more than survival. More provocateurs! The arena claims another life. More bones for our cannons.
Guy just got his ass handed to him.
Victory after victory after victory.
Wait, I got an ability point too. I don't think I can set the ability points until afterward. So let's check this. I really just want to get to this boss fight, because this boss fight, like I said, when you see it, I think the game is bugged. I don't think it's ridiculous. Like I said, it's self-explanatory. As soon as you see it, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. This guy's gonna run at me and kill me. Yeah, I think I need to restart this.
Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion.
Watch how I kill this guy. This guy's retarded. This is just how I kill this guy. It's hilarious. Whoops. And now I can get him.
Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle in Egypt. The gods will be happy. Can the Siwan survive a new wave of fighters? Another gladiator falls. Sobek will feast. The arena claims another life.
Really? What the hell just killed me?
Bones for our
I don't understand what the hell I just died from. I literally just like dropped dead for no reason at all.
Siwan is fighting for more than survival. More foes step into the arena. Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion. This is the end for RBJ.
Oops, that was a move. That was a bad move. I moved the wrong damn direction. Shit. I should have already been done with this fight.
Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle in Egypt. The gods will be happy. The fight is not over yet. More arrive. Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion. Morto e sunt. The arena claims another life. More bones for our animals.
Quid tuum animum offenderit?
Another gladiator falls. Sobek will feast.
Ego stenda dividolor!
Siwan is fighting for more.
That's it on wave 3. Yeah, I should have already long been done with that fight.
We have a victor.
By the way, are you still here, Nutcoon, or whatever your name is? I'm assuming you are. Need arena events. Okay, this is the last one before I unlock this boss fight. This boss fight is ridiculous. Well, not this one, but the one after this.
Here comes another wave of combatants. Lamas, Paulus! Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle in Egypt. The gods will be happy.
Where's this guy? Oh, he's over here.
We look!
Can the Siwan survive a new wave of fighters? The Siwan is fighting.
Fucking, I missed him. Every friggin' hit missed him. Oh, except for one. The one hits I needed to hit him with is the one hits that missed him.
The arena claims another life. More bones for our animals. Endabomus in consumationem. Ah, fresh blood for the thirsty blade. Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle in Egypt. The gods will be happy. More provocateurs. Another gladiator falls. Sobek will feast.
Alright. Watch how stupid this fight is, dude. This is an elite arena boss on Nightmare. Ready? Watch. It's over. That's it. The fight is over, dude. I just killed him in one hit. I think this boss fight's broken. I literally just went up there and killed him in one hit. And here's the thing. That's a weapon that the game gives you. That's not even one of mine. That's just a regular weapon. I went up to him and I freaking smacked him and he died. That's just ridiculous. I'd have to look that bow up because I don't know what that bow is. So you know what? Let me get out of here and go over to the legendary vendor and see if that does see if I have anything on there that they can give me. Because I don't know what that. I might have had that bow and I might have sold it. Let me go to the legendary. Let me go to the legendary vendor in this game. Give me a second. So I'm over by it anyway. It's up here, Memphis. There we go. I know I don't have it, so he may not have it. This may not even have it. This might be something I have to look up.
Good to see you.
Nah, Fourth Plague, Strewn Spear, Servant Axe, Berserker Blade. No, it's not on there. So let me see here. Sell.
Sold. All right. Sold. All right.
Give me a second. I'm going to look that up because I want to see something. Oh, where does this vendor come from? This shows up after you beat the main quest on this map. Once you finish the main quest in the main game, and then that vendor shows up. He also sells XP tablets. Sorry. These tablets will give you XP. So, basically, there's no limit to the amount of ability points you can get through buying XP, because the bar, once you're at max level, the bar just keeps going over and over again. You can continue gaining. Okay, yeah, that explains it. So you can continue gaining ability points even after it, because like I said, I got this ability point in the arena. So I'm just going to put that in there, and you can just keep going and going. There's no limit to the amount of ability points you can have. So let me go out here real quick, and I got to check something out. Retta has a daily quest. I'm going to go do that real fast and see what's going on. So I got to find material. I don't know what material he needs. Let me go finish this real fast and see if that gives it to me. So what's the bow's name? It's called Jebel Barco. All right, hold on. First, let me see if I have it. I don't think I do. I think you would have seen the name of it if it was there. Hold on a second. No, I don't have it. So let's see if I can get it from him or out of a Heka chest. Did you just see what I did to that boss in the arena? That's hilarious. I walked up and I smacked him in one hit and he died. That is actually amusing. Yeah, I finished this game at 100% on... I literally cleaned this game out at 100% 2 times. Once on the regular game and then once on New Game Plus. Once you finish the main game, New Game Plus becomes available. And New Game Plus is actually quite interesting as well. Yeah, I hate the guards in this game. I can't stand them. They're beyond friggin' annoying. Alright, so let's see what he needs.
Need some help finding some items for a friend of mine. I'll make it worth your time with a red dot guarantee.
I gotta go get hard leather. Okay, that's easy enough. I just gotta find out where the hell it is. I gotta find out where, like, over here it is. So if I go over here, hard leather, that's 6, but I gotta find an area where they're all in. No, you know what? I got an idea. I'm just gonna go over to here. No. There it is. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab this. Yeah, it's just definitely, I should have enough, I should have enough guys over here to fulfill this. See what I'm talking about? I just did 12K to him. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So I need 2 more. If this guy over here gives me 6, which he probably won't. Oh, he will. Okay. I just beamed that guy right in the face for 10K. That's hilarious. Whoops, I missed him. 10K. That 10K. That was a regular hit. That wasn't even a critical hit. That's a point-blank regular hit. All right, so this should give me what I needed. All right, so I should go to Retta now. Over there, huh? Why does Retta keep moving? I don't understand that. Alright, so let's see what he gives me. Is that bow a quest reward or something? Nah, this is giving me purple shit I don't care about. Alright, so let's see.
Clear the way, hurry! Move out of the road! Our master needs us, hurry!
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't know how I got this bow either. The bow that I'm using. I have no idea where that came from. I cannot for the life of me remember it. I just know it did ridiculous damage according to what I was doing with it. So I was able to utilize it. Oh fuck. All right, so let's see here. Sell. I'm just gonna sell this. I don't need it. That's a really good sword, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. Alright, see here, buy. What the hell is that? It's a mummified cat? It's LOL cat. That's hilarious. What? LOL cat. That's too much, man. That's ridiculous. A mummified cat, LOL cat. That's hilarious. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ludicrous. It's level 2. Stealth damage. Yeah, I could easily just look it up. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to look up the name of that bow. Give me a second. I'll know if I'll know if I sold it. I'd have to wind up somehow grabbing that bow because. Hold on one second. Let me see something. Okay, let me ask you a question. What level is your bow? Yours is level 55, right? Okay, if yours is level 55, do me a favor. Type in the quality and the flat damage it does. So, for example, okay, this is why it's not really. I'd have to get the bow myself and use it because there's no way to really compare this. So, at a quality of 123, my flat damage is 1,840 damage. That's just off of the bow. The stealth damage from this would add an additional 140% damage to that. Give me a second. 1840. $76. Okay, so here's the end verdict with this. Give me a second. Okay, that is the flat damage my stealth bow is doing. Okay, here's the problem with this. At level 55, with my stealth damage, my flat damage on my bow is 2,576. That's just the bow alone. The quality here on this, when you're dealing with the damage, if you're just talking about if you're just talking about outright damage, that's why I said I have to get the bow and figure out exactly what damage this does at, that's why I said what level is it. Because unless they're both at level 55, you can't compare. There's no way that your bow at level 76, at level 36, is doing more damage than my stealth bow here. That's not even possible. Because, number one, my stealth damage is way higher than yours because it does, on this particular bow, because it's 2 levels higher. I have a 140% additional damage done with stealth. Now, if you are doing over 20 meters away with the bow, and you have a stealth damage of level 2, alright? Here's where this comes into play. I can walk up behind an enemy, okay? I can walk up, oh, sorry, it's actually 160%. I didn't realize that. I thought it was only 140. Okay, but I'm talking about flat damage. Here we go, okay? While undetected, okay, if you are not outside 20 meters, you will not get the ranged hit multiplier on that, which nullifies the damage on the bow. whether I am far away or up close to an enemy, I am getting 160% additional stealth damage, period. You know, I don't even need to be far away from anybody. So if you are up close to somebody, you are not getting that double damage bonus. Right. But what I'm saying though is, when you hold on a second, let me redo the math on this. So it's 160%. Give me a second. 160%. 160. 144. Copy. 44. I'm doing just off my bow. Just off my bow, if I'm not detected, 2,944 damage. Now, you will get double damage out of the bow, even if you're detected, but you won't get the stealth damage. Right, exactly. So, like I said, I'd have to actually get that bow to take a look at it and actually compare the two of them, because here's the thing. If you're detected, if either one of us are detected, we're not going to get that stealth damage. So, in retrospect, your ranged hit multiplier would take over where mine does. However, if the bow does not do... If the bow isn't doing a minimal of 1840, it's not relevant. You would literally have to exceed the base damage on this in order for that to happen, which you can't. I don't think it does, because we're just removing the special abilities on them. Sorry, we're removing the stealth damage and the combo multiplier. We'll keep the range hit multiplier. All right. If you are detected and you are not minimal 20 meters away, you're done. You won't get double damage. You won't get any bonuses off that bow. So at level 50, you'd have to do your current level. So, well, my point is, I'm taking away everything off of this, and I'm flat out looking at the damage ratios on this. I will do with detection and without the hit, without the range multiplier. I am literally doing 1,840 damage to any enemy I hit it with. Period. That's what the bow's damage does. That's not with the stealth damage and anything else. If I add in the stealth damage where I am not detected, my damage goes up to almost 3,000 damage per hit. Right, but I'm not counting the perks I'm not counting the perks. I'm counting the flat out damage, what the damage on the bows do, not the perks. So, in retrospect, if you are 20 meters, if you're within 20 meters, you won't get the double damage. But if you're not detected within 20 meters, you're getting stealth damage. If I'm not detected, it doesn't matter where the hell I am. I don't have a range multiplier on this. The fact remains, though. Yeah, but the combo multiplier, I don't even know what that is doing on that. Yeah, your combo multiplier is on the bow as well. I don't know what that's doing on a stealth bow. I don't understand that. So, that's the other thing to take into consideration. Even if you're up close, my stealth damage is doing 160% damage, plus the, see, hold on a second, plus the combo multiplier. So, inventory, gear, L. Is yours at level 1 or level 2? Because that's another issue here. So my point is that you have to understand that the bottom line comes down to, unless you're doing over 1,500 damage with the bow flat out, unless that bow at level 55 does that amount of damage, your double damage won't apply. That's what I'm saying. So unless you're actually, even if you're doing double damage, it doesn't matter. No, I'm just saying in general though, flat out damage on the bow that I have does 10 times more damage. The only way to get that bow that you're doing to actually do the damage is if you have specific conditions set up. I can ignore those conditions and still get more damage than you. I'm detected, right? So my stealth damage isn't even taking place in here. I'm still doing over 5k. I was detected, so my stealth damage didn't even count in that. So what I was getting at was I was comparing. I'm comparing the flat out damage to the bow. So my point is, when you're saying a bow does more damage, you have to remove all the specializations from it. You have to come out flat out and say, okay, this damage is doing this. Okay. So, like I said, I'd have to actually get that bow and do a stealth shot to see which one I'm doing more damage on. That's really the only real fair comparison on it. But the fact remains, like I said, yeah, but here's the thing, okay? This is very simple. If I go into a fort, okay, if I go into a fort and I plug somebody in the head, it's going to reveal an amount of damage on the screen. If I swap that, if I have that bow and then do the same exact thing, you're going to get a number on the screen. Whatever number is higher is the bow that does the more damage. That's why you have to have them both equal and both on the same character. Like, you can't take yours and compare it to mine, and I can't take mine and compare it to yours. Yeah, but you can't compare your damage numbers to mine. And mine, I can't compare mine to yours and yours to mine, because that's not a fair comparison. On either end, because I'm a higher level than you, and my bow is a higher level than yours. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm a higher level than you. What level are you in the game? The other thing too is, all the special abilities you have in there does not equate that. So that's why it's not a fair comparison to try to make them on me or you to me, because you don't have 110% additional damage. You would literally have to have both of these bows at the same level and just plug enemies off at a distance to figure out which one's doing more damage for you, and vice versa. So for example, these guys right here, I can hit them. That's a stealth damage hit. So, unless I got that bow, I wouldn't be able to tell. Even using your damage numbers, that doesn't work, because I can go by the flat damage on the bow. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you go on a fort, okay? If you go up to a fort, and then you plug a guy at a distance, and then, you know, you wait till things tone down, and then you go up and you plug another person at a distance, you're gonna get two different numbers on the screen. And the point is, whatever number is higher is the number is the bow that does the more damage, because it will always be higher on a consistent basis. Because, all right, now here comes in. They also could be doing the same type of, but they could also be doing the same amount of damage. Here is why. All right, you have a ranged multiplier that doubles the damage that the bow does. All right, so you take the flat number and then you take the stealth damage. So in your case, the stealth damage would be level 2. So you would only add 130%. So what you do is you add 130% to the bow's damage, and then you double that, and then you get a number. Because if that number, because you have to deal almost 4 times more damage to equate a level 4 stealth damage. You have to deal double the. You literally have to deal double damage to equate a level 4 stealth damage, just off the stealth damage, because you are missing 30% of that damage. So you would need something to make up that 30% damage before doubling the damage becomes equal to this. So you can take 130%, add it, you know, and add it to your base damage, and then double that, and then you get a number. Well, let me ask you a question. What is the damage on your bow? Not the quality, just the flat damage. What is the damage on that? Because the damage on this one is 1840. So I'm just trying to get the damage on your bow. On this bow, on the Amatep's bow. What is the damage on your Amatep's bow? Oh, you know what? I'll just come to your stream. Hold on, let me end this. Let me just go to your stream and I'll end this. But I just want to be clear. What I'm going to wind up doing is taking your damage numbers. I'm going to take the stealth damage and add them to that, and I'm going to take the damage number. I'm going to double the damage number on the what do you call it there? That other bow you said, and then I'm going to compare it to the base damage on that bow. That's what I'm saying. I'll do it. I'll give you the math in it. Just give me a minute. Alright, so you just give me a minute. I have to find your stream in here.
A ja u kolegi sprawdzałem.
Yeah, stream it. I'll come in there. I'll find it in there. Hold on. Let me see. I guess I gotta wait for you to come, open it up. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, dude, this stream is actually ended right now, so don't worry about it. Alright, I'm going to shut down my OBS. There's no reason for me to have it open. I'll just join your stream and I'll talk to you in there.